Okay, well, let me show you through the platform. What's your experience of it so far? Like, what have you discovered? What does make sense for you with the platform so far?
Yeah, honestly, Jamie, I really haven't even had a chance to do anything other than sign up. Um,
Oh,
so
perfect.
just a few exchanges that you and I have had. I just really haven't had a chance to check it out more.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well, here we are. So, so this is the event. Thank you for your comments about the GIF. I stole it and didn't make it.
That's great.
So here we are on the events page. So just for an example with an event, if you've got the event, you can click on the Zoom here, and that'll take you straight to it if it's an online event. If not, it'll have address details and stuff. You can add it to your calendar, and there's a lot of different options there. So say it was that event, you can Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, Outlook, or you can even download the ICS. So that's one option. You can also, if you RSVP, which you did, you would have got a reminder half an hour ago, I imagine.
Yes.
So this is the events section. Now, this is a dummy account that I use to test stuff because I'm an admin, I don't see everything the same way you do. So I've created a dummy account. And this is my events section, right? So the Inspire meetings is something that we hold, that InStill holds fairly regularly throughout the week, which you're welcome to join, by the way. But if you look at my other one, so this is my account, my actual account. This is my events section. See the difference? There's a big gap between each of those Inspire meetings, for instance.
Yes.
Now, the reason for that is I am a member of every single group on this platform, and I would not ask that of anyone, but there's a lot of different groups. Let me show you the different groups on this one, because I've got some groups that you can't see because we're developing them, or they're not relevant for most people. But we have all these groups, and most of these groups have events. So the events are set up within the group. So if you see a group that you like, and that's about where it ends there, the Outside the Box Book Club at the moment. If you see a group that you like and you join it and you want to stay there, like, you can always leave it if you don't want to stay in it, then the events from that will also show up in your events feed. Okay. So that's what we're trying to do, is contain everything within the groups. And that way you're not getting a whole bunch of notifications and information about things that don't interest you. And that way you can cultivate your own experience here. So for instance, you would want to join Chris's group, which you probably already have. But there you go, Morning Meditation with Chris. It's right there. It's the first one listed at the moment. That'll change. But yeah, there it is. As we add more groups, we tend to change that. So similarly with your general feed, so if you go to the home section, this is what it looks like for someone that's only a member of one group. So everyone's getting all of these except for this. So anything about Inspire meetings, only people that are a member of the Inspire group are getting, but everything else is the stuff that everyone's getting. So this is the stuff you're getting as well. You may or may not be getting notifications for. As opposed to, again, if you look at my feed, this is everything that's coming in. So we all saw that, but you wouldn't have seen that unless you were a member of the book club group. You wouldn't have seen this unless you're a member of the film club group, or that one. You wouldn't have seen this unless you were doing our course, Embracing Change, or that one. You would have seen that. You would have seen that. You wouldn't have seen that unless you were in the mindful embodiment group. Okay, so this is the way, again, we can control. Everyone can control what their intake, so they don't get any more than they want. So if you go to are you using a phone or a computer?
Right now I'm on an iPad, but I sometimes also use a PC.
Okay. So with the iPad, you're using the app, are you? The Mighty Networks app?
I don't think so. It kept
Okay.
prompting me to download the app, but then finally I was able to get around that, I think.
Okay. Okay. So the app's pretty nice. I still find it's easier to use a computer, but I think that's the same for most things.
Hmm.
But there's no harm in using the app, and it's very similar format with the app. The only difference is that you're not going to see this left sidebar. It's going to look more like that, but the three lines will still be there, and then that'll bring out, and the sidebar will be everything, and then you can choose what you need. Now, if you go to, and then where I'm about to take you will be down the bottom here on the app, down under those four people you see there. You're probably
Yeah.
one of them.
Hmm.
Oh, no, you're not one of them. That's interesting. Okay. So what I'm about to show you is when you go to your personal settings, you can go to notifications here, and there are all sorts of everything from starting here, like just getting an email. You could get a daily digest, for instance, which is one way to just remind you to come and revisit fairly regularly. Because it's not like there's a whole lot happening here. It's not like you every time you refresh there'll be new things. When there's a new thing, it'll be at the top of your feed. But these are all the things you can get notifications on. And at the moment, I've got a lot of notifications on in this one. But that's, again, because I'm managing the site and I feel the need to see what's going on. All right. But you can definitely change what you get notified about. And that will, again, help you manage how many emails you receive. Let's see what else. So yeah, there's all those groups. We have courses as well. And we're trying to have different people offer courses. Hopefully Chris will offer a course at some point. And again, there's some secret ones here because they're in development. But yeah, and the other thing is these topics. So we have several topics, and we will add to these over time. But if there are any of them that particularly interest you, when you post, and I'll show you how to post in a minute, you can choose a topic to post to. So this is in our general feed. Some of the groups also have topics within them. If you follow a topic, you'll get notified every time someone posts that topic. So if you're particularly interested in practices, for instance, you could follow that topic, and then you would have received a notification whenever anyone posted any of these. So when it comes to posting, I'll go back to home here. Well, actually, I'll go back to topics. So within topics, I'm trying to go back to topics. Yeah. So within a topic, you can post, and then it will automatically, see that little box that says practices? It'll automatically start posting to that topic, which you can change. I find it's easier to post from the home, typically, from the home section. Okay. And we really want to encourage people to post and share what's going on for them. Now, there's two ways to post. One, you can just do a general post here, and then you can share one of these things: a photo, a video, a link, an attachment, or a poll. But if you expand to an article, this down here, you can then give it a title, and then you can share a whole bunch of links and images and videos. So to give you an example, please join us for a walkthrough this week. You see how that's got that bold headline?
Yes.
That was posted as an article. And so it has, so you see how it's a little bit formatted, like the image is there, and then there's a link, and then there's another link. So, and the dot points and everything like that. So you can, it's almost like a blog post or something. You can, and there's bold and italic and all that sort of stuff. Now, this here was just posted as a normal post. So there's no formatting, and the formatting is really minimal. And if he wanted, he could have done like a link or an image that would go with that. So that's just a difference in the posting. Again, he's posted that in the film club group. So that's where that box is there.
Uh-huh.
If you look at most posts, they'll tell you, see this one, it was an event in the film club group.
Okay.
This one was an article. So in other words, it was formatted like I just showed you. It was in Embracing Change, the course, and it was in the topic class recaps. Okay, so they all tell you where you can find them. And if you click on any one of them, like Embracing Change, it'll take you there. So that's a great way to get to that's a great little shortcut to get to where you want to go in the program.
Great.
So, and then at the top there is back to network. On your phone or your iPad, if you're using the app, there'll be this our logo, and it's down the bottom left-hand corner. You just click on that, and that'll take you back to this main feed.
Okay.
So that's the gist of it. Any questions?
No, I think I'll just probably need to navigate around and see what's available. It sounds like you have a lot of really cool things going on.
Well, we're trying. We're working on it. You know, that's why we invited Chris to join us, and why we invited the Center for Mindful Living in DC to join us, and a number of other people. So we're continuing to do that, inviting more and more people on board, and organizations to try and create a really diverse range of opportunities. If you had something you wanted to add to this, if you had a group you wanted to create, or a course you wanted to lead, or anything like that, you'd be welcome to. Just get in touch with me, and we can take it from there. So there might be something you'd like to see here that isn't here. We can help you set that up.
Okay. How long has this platform been around, Jamie?
Oh, it's still relatively new. I think we started trialing it maybe in October or November.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty new.
Yeah.
So we're still finding our way with it and feeling our way with it, but it's taking the kind of shape we were hoping it would. What we need now is just to ensure people know how to engage in it, and hope that they do engage in it.
Okay. And are most of your members, if I could ask, are they from the Floyd community, or are they from all over?
I'd say most of them are from Southwest Virginia, but they are from all over. And this is one of the reasons, and one of the reasons we've been inviting other people in, is because they then invite people like yourself to join us and create a way more diverse community. We want to have a broad range of practitioners here, and practicing so with a broad range of experience, and also with a broad range of backgrounds. So we have everything from centering prayer and Gurdjieff to very formal mindfulness practices here on offer, and we want to keep broadening that. So we really want to explore the bounds of mindfulness. We don't want it just to be for practicing Buddhists or whatever. That's not what we're about as an organization. We're a secular organization, and we really want to make it as inclusive as possible. So that means for it to be inclusive as possible, we need the broadest range of people that we can have involved with it to make that happen.
Great. It certainly sounds like there's a lot to explore. So I'm excited to do that when I get a few minutes.
Yeah, and the invitation would be just to maybe set aside a time every day just to check in on it. It would take you about 3 minutes. But because there really isn't that much happening that you'd be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It would be, you just look at the top few things and you'll be up to where you were yesterday. And that way you're up to date. And if there is something of interest to you, you'll know about it. I think what a lot of people do is they get into it, they look at it, it's like, oh, that's interesting, and then they never come back. And that doesn't serve. So,
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to do it. I'm going to check out it's the Monday night. Did you say it's called Movement and with music, movement to music?
Yeah, so there's movement and there's mindfulness practice. So yeah, you start with a bit of movement and then you get real still.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, they're great. Shimla and her sister Shaylee, I think it is. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
Definitely recommend it. Yeah,
Ah, sounds great. So
fantastic.
yeah, thank you for this because I'm not very tech savvy. So and I don't really do like postings to like social media or anything. I haven't really been involved in that. So that'll be a little bit of a learning curve for me to to learn how to do that. But you've given some, I like the way that you explained it. So um maybe I will be able to do it.
Well, I hope so. What I've noticed is one, it is quite intuitive, and two, a number of people who I know are not on social media have joined this platform and actually participated in it. So that to me holds out a lot of hope because yeah, we don't want to create some sort of absorbing social media platform that just does that, leads to that endless scrolling. We want to create a platform where people are engaged and are not taking out too much of their headspace to be a part of it. So hopefully it suits you, and if it does, please invite your friends, anyone you think may be interested in participating in something like this, and
Okay.
help us broaden our audience.
Yeah, I will